Hello, busy bees. Today we're going to have the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears in our B week. So, once upon a time, there were three bears. A big daddy bear, a medium-sized mummy bear, and a little baby bear. And they lived in a house in a forest. Now, every morning they would have their very favourite breakfast, which was porridge. And this morning was no different. The mummy bear was downstairs stirring the porridge, and the smell of the warm, good food for breakfast was wafting up. And when it was all ready, she put down her spurtle or her spoon, and she called out, "Daddy Bear, breakfast!" And then she called out, "Baby Bear, breakfast!" And Daddy Bear came down the stairs, and Baby Bear came running down the stairs, and each sat in front of their own bowl for the porridge. So Daddy Bear had a great big bowl, and Mummy Bear ladled out 4 spoonfuls of porridge for Daddy Bear. And she was going to have 2 spoonfuls this morning for Mummy Bear, and Baby Bear just had 1 spoonful in his ladle, in his bowl. There we are. The 3 bears sat down for their porridge. They each took their spoon and they put it in the porridge, and oh, it was far too hot. Oh, dearie me, said the Daddy Bear. He sounded a bit like the king from The King's Breakfast. Mummy Bear said, "I know. It's a beautiful morning. Let's go out for a walk in the forest, and by the time we come back, the porridge will be ready. It'll have cooled down enough for us." So off they went. Daddy Bear stomped in front, leading the way. Mummy Bear came along after, and she picked a few of the flowers to put in a jar on the kitchen table. And Baby Bear ran hither and thither, chasing butterflies, listening to the birds, flapping his arms. He couldn't fly, but he did try, watching the butterflies. And off they went for their walk before breakfast. Now, while they were out, they had a visitor, because in the forest that morning, also up early, was a little girl called Goldilocks. And she was called Goldilocks because she had a flowing mane of golden hair. She was rather naughty, and she was very nosy. When she came to the 3 bears' house, she thought, "Oh, I haven't seen this house before. I wonder who lives here." So she knocked on the door. It's a bit early to be out. "Hello, hello." Doesn't seem to be anybody in. And then Goldilocks did something which she should not have done. She tried the doorknob, and the door was open. And she looked inside. Now, more important than what she saw was what she smelt. "Oh, that smells like porridge," she said, and she hadn't had any breakfast. So she went into the kitchen. "Hello, anybody in?" Nobody, but there were 3 bowls of porridge. So Goldilocks picked up the biggest bowl, because she was a bit greedy, took the spoon. "Yeah, someone's put salt in this porridge. Some big bear of a person has put salt in this porridge," she said. She put it down. Then she came to the medium-sized bowl, picked up the spoon. It was all lumpy. It looked like lumps of my porridge. So there was 1 bowl left, Baby Bear's bowl. She picked it up and picked up the spoon. It was delicious. It was so good that she licked the bowl She'd finished the whole bowl of porridge, nothing left. Oh dear, she thought. Oh, I feel like I sit down after that. That was a delicious bowl of porridge. There were 3 chairs. She went over to the biggest, which was Daddy Bear's chair. She climbed up onto it. It was a bit hard. It was a bit high. Oh, no, I don't like this. She got down and she went to the middle chair, which was an armchair, a comfortable looking chair. And she sat in that, but it was very soft. Oh no, it's a bit like that porridge. It's a bit lumpy. Oh no, don't like this at all. And then she went and sat on the little chair, Baby Bear's chair. Oh, and she sat down and it was a good fit and it was so comfortable that she leant back and made herself feel really at home. And then she heard a and a and a crack. And Goldilocks fell onto the floor beside the chair, which was all broken to bits. Oh, really, she said, how annoying. What bad workmanship this chair is. I'm feeling quite upset, and I've got a bit of a sore bottom where I fell over. What I could do with is a little lie down. And she had a look round and she spotted some stairs. Well, the beds don't seem to be down here, so they must be up there. So off she went, quite quietly up the stairs. And when she got upstairs, there was a big room with 3 beds. The biggest bed, which she climbed onto first, was hard and high. It was a bit like that first chair that she'd sat in, because it was Daddy Bear's bed. So she got off that and she got into the next bed, which was much softer and lumpy, a bit like the porridge, a bit like the second chair, Mummy Bear's bed, which left one bed, which belonged to Baby Bear. So she went over to the smallest bed and she climbed in and perfection. It was nearly as comfortable as her own bed at home. So Goldilocks pulled up the covers. No, I mustn't suck my thumb. Turned over and went fast asleep. She was so sound asleep that she didn't hear the 3 bears coming back from their walk. She didn't hear Mummy Bear pouring some water into a jar, putting it on the table, putting the pretty flowers that she'd picked from the forest in the middle of the table and sitting down for their breakfast. And Daddy Bear looked at his bowl and went, "Someone's been eating my porridge," he said. And Mummy Bear said, "Ooh, I think someone's been eating my porridge too. They didn't have very much of it. I wonder why. Is there something wrong with my porridge?" said Mummy Bear. And Baby Bear said, "Someone's eating all my porridge. There's nothing left in the bowl," said Baby Bear. "Oh, there, they said. Let's have a sit down. We're all feeling quite upset." So Daddy Bear got onto his chair in a huff and said, "Someone has been sitting in my chair." And Mummy Bear said, "Oh, and someone's been sitting in my chair. Look, the cushion's all not fluffed up anymore. I always plump my cushions. Who's been sitting in my seat?" And then from the corner they heard, "She's broken and there's some bits on the floor of my chair, favourite chair." It was Baby Bear and his broken chair. Oh, Daddy Bear was really cross. And Mummy Bear said, oh, stop making such a fuss, sweetheart. Oh dear, we're all so upset. I think we should all go and have a lie down. Daddy Bear said, "I think we'd better go up the stairs quietly, because whoever it is that's been in our cottage might still be here. So shh," said Daddy Bear. So the 3 bears crept as quietly as they could up the stairs. They all avoided the 3rd stair because it creaked. 1, 2, 4, 5. 6, and up they went into their big bedroom. Daddy Bear looked at his bed and said, "Oh, I think someone's been sleeping in my bed." And Mummy Bear said, "Well, someone's been sleeping in my bed, and look, the cushion is, oh, it's got the imprint of a head in it. Oh, someone's had their head on my pillow," said Mummy Bear. And Baby Bear from his bed at the end of the room said, "Oh, Mummy and Daddy, come here. Someone's been sleeping in my bed. In fact, they're still there. Look." And the 3 bears crowded round the bed and looked at the sleeping girl with the golden hair spread out across the pillow. And Daddy Bear said, "I am so cross. I think we should give her a fright." And Mummy Bear said, well, yes, we don't want her in the house anymore, and she should certainly not be in Baby Bear's bed, but not too big a fright, dear, all right? And Baby Bear said, "My bed." And Mummy Bear said, "Oh, shh, be quiet, stop moaning." So the 3 bears stood round the bed, and they decided that they'd count to 3 very quietly and then give a big growl. Are you ready? 3. Said the 3 bears, or rather growled the 3 bears, and a lot of busy bees as well. Goldilocks sat up suddenly and rubbed her eyes, because she couldn't believe that in front of her she could see one huge, big, very angry looking brown bear and another not quite so big but quite angry looking brown bear, and a little bear which was kind of jumping up and down and looking quite peeved really. And Goldilocks went, "Oh!" and she ran down the stairs. She didn't stand on the 3rd step, which squeaked, because she jumped from the 4th step, woo, all the way down, and ran outside and off into the forest. And Daddy Bear said, "Well, I don't think we'll be seeing her again." And Mummy Bear said, "No, I don't think so. I don't think she'll come wandering into our house again." And Baby Bear said, "I'm hungry, Mummy. Can we have our breakfast now?" And the 3 bears went downstairs and had a new batch of porridge. And do you know what? Goldilocks never did go uninvited into anyone's house again. And that was the story of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Hope you enjoyed that, busy bees, and I'll see you very soon. Will we have a quick clap? Butterfly, penguin, crocodile, very, very quick scissor clap. Hey, see you soon, busy bees. Bye.